Hello, my name's Chris. Not sure if I'll actually post this on YouTube yet. I'm not a YouTube man. I'm camping, right? I've got the Terra Northern Lite 2, which I've had for 3 months. June, July, August. 3 months. I've had 3 months. This is the third time I've been out in it actually in the wild. Up on Dartmoor. Just measured the wind, 13.8 miles an hour. It's about what Met Office said it would be. It is about 5:45 in the evening, and I'm here with my 6-year-old son. When I bought this tent, or when I was looking to buy this tent and deciding what to buy as a new upgrade for my birthday, it was new, so there were no videos online, and I thought I ought to do the public service and put up. I've had an absolute nightmare with this tent the last 2 times, to be honest, and it's because it is very difficult to pitch satisfactorily without the trekking poles. And on Terra Nova's website it says that this tent has the option of pitching with trekking poles for additional stability. And I've got to say, I am using trekking poles today, and it is absolutely bomb-proof. However, the last 2 times I haven't had trekking poles because I didn't own any, because I've never felt I needed them. And not a particularly great night's sleep, to be honest. It felt like the side was going to cave in on me both times. It didn't. It was significantly more windy than this. The first time I took it out, it was probably 25 miles an hour. But, I mean, I could hardly stand up. But if you're paying £500 for a tent, you shouldn't have to add additional poles, should you? So, we're up on the moor, and I thought I'd do this video just to show anyone that's interested. It is a really good tent. I'll stop this and turn the video around. It is a really good tent. It is fantastic. So before this, I had a Rogan's Boulder 2, which actually I really liked. I thought it was a good tent. And actually, for 120 quid, I think I bought it for. Bargain. This thing is great, right? Inner and outer pitch. Goes up really easy. Sorry, I got distracted by the boy. Goes up easy, poles are all one piece. It says it's a 3/4 season tent, and to be honest I believe it, because look at that, and I could hunker that down even further if I wanted to. It is solid, it is good, and also this is a party trick. Look at this, you can just take the whole front off. So we've got a fantastic view here for the evening. The sun's going to go down over there in a minute. You can roll the whole thing back, and it's pretty cool, isn't it, Vinny? Hello. But I think it does rely on having trekking poles in. Oh, it says it's 114 centimetres wide, I think, on the website. I've measured it, it's not, it's more like 119, so actually it's pretty good. That's a climate insulated V1, which is 55 centimetres wide, and that's a wide Nemo Tensor, which is 65 centimetres wide, and it's absolutely fine. You can fit 2 wide mats in, but it's a real push, and you have to deflate them slightly, but you could do it in a pinch if you wanted to maximise the space. It's got air vents inside, it's got relatively good ventilation. Hello. There's another pole that's in. It's got 2 amazingly sized vestibules, so that's a 65-litre rucksack. Finney's bag as well. We've got food down there. I've got a little chair I'm going to put up in a minute. 15 quid, 900 grams from AliExpress. So we'll use that one for luggage, and we'll use this one for getting out and for cooking in maybe as well, because it might start drizzling. But if you take this out, suddenly, which I will do, if you take that out, it's not very strong, to be honest. And I'll do a little video later when I put the thing back down, but it really moves in. The wind's coming from this direction at the moment, and it's proper pushing in. So I would say if you're taken out in a storm, you must have the poles, otherwise it's not a very good night's sleep. But with the poles, it is a fantastic bit of kit. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Vinny.
Bye bye.
Good morning. My son Vinny reminded me as we were packing the tent up that I never did a second video yesterday of it pitched without its poles in. So we've had the poles in all night. It's not been massively windy. I think it was 14 miles per hour when I measured it before bed, but it probably picked up substantially in the night. I don't know, 16, 17, something like that. Annoyingly, it's just started raining as we're packing up. But tent, I'll tell you, I'll stop it and turn the video around. Tent, here it is. I've just taken the poles out. Vinny's got the poles. Look, this side does not have the wind. It's absolutely fine. Wind is coming from over there. Won't leave the rainbow. Look at the state of this. This whole panel just acts as one big sail that catches the wind. Look at it bending. You can see the misshaping as a result of that wind pushing on the pole. You really do have to have the pole in it to give it some structural integrity, I think. Right, we're packing up and going home now. Bye bye, Vinny. Good evening. Just a bit of a recap, really, and just sort of close off my video. I was just looking at it back and decided that I will post it. So I've been home for about 12 hours, managed to get home in time for the World Cup final kick-off, which is good news. I've been thinking about the tent all day. I just don't think it's acceptable, really. I've been on a lot of forums and I've done a good bit of Googling during the day when I could find time between parenting children. There's people telling me that there's a knack to pitching this tent properly and without poles, and you know, it's a bit of a dark art and it takes a lot of practice and all this stuff. And the bottom line is, I just don't think that's acceptable. I don't think it's acceptable to buy a £500 tent and for there to be a knack to getting it right. If you follow the pitching instructions, which I have 6 times now, if you include pitching it in the garden, you get what I showed you earlier on. It's just one bloody great sail on the side, which catches the wind. And 3 times now I've been out on the moors, and it's been, you know, I've been in the tent and it's coming in at me. Having said that, I do believe that I'm completely safe inside the tent, and it is a very roomy tent, and everything else on the spec sheet that makes you think it's a good tent is completely accurate. It's got good head height, there's loads of room, 2 doors as a benefit, the vestibules are huge. With poles, it's an absolute unit, and could take a battering. But like, I was cooking in heavy rain last time I was out, and there's rain coming in off the fly sheet, which in a position that it shouldn't be, because it's not taut enough. And so what I've resorted to using is a series of clothes pegs and using my 1 litre SIG water bottle to kind of push the outer away from the inner in order to make it drip off in that direction. So you make it work, but I don't think it's good enough, frankly. And I'm not new to camping, and I'm not new to pitching tents. I've been camping my whole life. I've just sold several tents to pay for this one, and I've never had any confusion about how to pitch either any of the ones that I had before. This one seems to be bloody, arse ache. So I think probably this tent is going to be really good for somebody that wants a very luxurious one-man tent, especially if you already use trekking poles. It's a winner because it does only weigh 2.2 kilograms and it is massive. If you've got a small person with you, it's actually a really good tent. If there's 2 of you, bit of a squeeze, probably. 2 grown-ups. But if it's bad weather, unless you got the trekking poles in, I don't think it's recommendable, if that's a word. So I can't recommend it. And actually, as soon as I got home, did a bit of Googling, as I mentioned about pitching this tent, I bought a Voyager. So I've been on eBay and I sent an offer in on a Voyager. That'll be here in a few days, a second-hand one. And I'll get that up and I'll take that out. And that isn't as roomy, but it probably will be bomb-proof. So I might take the dog with me. So there's a cliffhanger there for anybody that's interested. And maybe I'll do a follow-up if I remember or can be bothered. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And I do genuinely hope that is useful to somebody, because I would like to have seen a video that covered these things before I bought my tent. Have a good evening.